All right, we've got another guest this week. Nick, you want to introduce them to the audience?
We're starting to really pick up steam with the guests. This is great. So, talking about sushi and Japanese, I wanted to invite on Marshall Sampson, who's the owner of Kung Fu Cantina, which has been one of our newer additions to the Bluffton restaurant scene. It's a Latin, Asian Latin, however you want to say, fusion. And pretty much since the first time that I went there for lunch several months ago, I was immediately attracted to the creative stuff that they had on their menu and have really enjoyed most recently over the last couple of months a lot of their sushi dishes. So we wanted to have Marshall on to talk about how this came about and a bunch of other things that are very exciting for Kung Fu Cantina over there in the Moss Creek Shopping Center.
Very cool. Let's bring him in. Marshall, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
Very good. Thrilled to have you, as Nick was saying. You've been an exciting addition. I mean, we know you from so many of your innovations before. Um, I loved Pizza Co, but I understand you got to spread your wings, and an exciting new concept.
Yes, we're very excited about it. It's gone really well so far. But we loved Pizza Co, Santa Fe. We love everything we've done so far has been a lot of fun and a lot of new challenges. So it's been just a nice little ride we've been on the last couple of years.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to give Santa Fe short shaft. I just I had Pizza Co on my mind when I said that. So yeah, obviously Santa Fe Cafe. We love that as well. So
Universally beloved over there on the island. How did Marshall, how did this concept for, I mean, we start to see a lot of this over the last however many years, a lot of these fusion sort of concepts pop up. How was this specific idea born, and what made you guys decide to bring this element to, that location that was formerly occupied by Mama G's, that beautiful space, which you guys have transformed. I mean, it was gorgeous to begin with, but you've really made it your own. How did all of this come about? Excuse me.
Sure. It's a kind of a strange story, but believe it or not, our credit card processor, Jeff Mayen of Proudly, just kind of put it in my ear that Mama G's was going out of business and there's probably a pretty good deal to be had there. And at the time, I think it was summer, 2 summers ago, and I just said, I don't know if I really want to delve into. We just opened a bank and we had a lot of stuff going on where I was like, Jeff, I don't think that's a thing I can do right now. And just kept on kind of nudging and kind of saying, I just think you should take a look at it. I'd never been in Mama G's before. So I went and took a look at it. And I mean, like you said, it's a beautiful restaurant. They did an amazing job with the finishes and everything in there. So it was kind of we have to do something here. Once I stepped foot in the restaurant, we had no idea what we wanted to do, but we knew we liked the area, we liked the space, and we just kind of put an offer in that we kind of almost didn't think we were going to get. And then they said congratulations. So we're like, oh, now we gotta figure something out here.
you,
And
you made an
obviously,
offer. You made an offer. You were hoping they would refuse.
kind of, we were kind of like, just to put that there, and like, and then we were very much surprised when they said, you got it. So we're like, all right. So Bill and I put our heads down. Obviously, we have Santa Fe, so we've had that background going to us, and we didn't, we threaded around or tossed around doing a Santa Fe out in Bluffton, but it's just Santa Fe is so unique, and it's kind of hard to create. I think it'd be hard to create that again, so we just kind of wanted to shy away from something doing identical. But we did want to bring some influence out there from Santa Fe, and then we also looked in the area and while there's a lot of great choices in downtown Bluffton and on Hilton Head with regard to sushi and Asian cuisine, the area right there is kind of it's just kind of missed a little bit. So our first menu run was kind of like having a Latin and an Asian just kind of together and just kind of two separate menus almost because we've gone to Charleston a couple times to do some research and we saw a couple restaurants that were like that, and so we started there, and then I have to say it, bottle of tequila at an RV campground with me, Bill and I, and we started messing around with mixing stuff together. And all of a sudden, we were like, you know what? I think we could do a whole menu of just fusion items. And the next day we looked at it, and it still looked right because sometimes those ideas can seem great at the time, and then you look and you're like, what was I talking about? And then, but they were it was a lot of fun, and then we just kind of started getting in the kitchen and messing with it, and we're like, I think we can do this. So we just put our heads down and just kind of came up with the menu, and then we're very surprised at how well all these they have a lot of common ingredients, and how well they go together was just a lot of fun.
You, I guess we're part of a select group. I thought I was probably one of one, but some of my best ideas have come with tequila in an RV. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'd say
So
that's our think tank. Is what we've got a couple of spaces that we own on the island that we just keep our RVs at, and that's where we go, and that's our creative outlet right there.
Compress. I mean, create, decompress, all the above, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to get in on one of these brainstorming sessions. It sounds fun.
Hey, by all means, the more the
Fire
merrier. We
pit, some tequila, absolutely.
I love it.
exactly. Yep.
So I had actually I had not noticed this section of the website before. Obviously, I was very familiar, guys, from the very beginning. But I just pulled this up. You got a brief description that says, "Where flavor packs a punch. Experience the vibrant fusion of East and West at Kung Fu Cantina, where the bold, fiery flavors of Latin America meet the delicate, umami-rich traditions of Asia. Our innovative cuisine blends the best of both worlds, creating a unique dining journey that delights the senses and celebrates the art of culinary fusion." I wanted to read that out loud because what I was going to say was, from the very first time that I stepped in the restaurant, like that description, it encapsulates the menu and the dishes that you guys are offering. But when you have things where it says fiery flavors and delighting the senses, to me, that's the visual experience and the environment and the atmosphere that you've created as well. And that's why I said like
Absolutely.
transformed, because like you said, it was a beautifully outfitted restaurant, right? The bar is spectacular. The leather, the different types of seating between the bar and the high tops and the booths and everything like that. But now you have these beautiful bright murals on the walls, and the dishes are just like it's really honestly the Santa Fe sort of inspiration, not the topic obviously, but like the same sort of thing. Everyone universally talks about the painted desert soup and some of the other
Right.
dishes and the way that you guys present your plates. This is,
The
to me, a
vibrancy,
very, what's that?
the vibrancy of it.
Exactly. These vibrant, beautiful, bright colors, whether it's the environment that you're sitting in or what you're taking in. And and of course, the flavors, they're right in line with that. I mean, it's really.
Absolutely.
I think the first time that I went, I did the carne asada egg roll. I think my wife got the bulgogi fried rice. I'm a huge fan of Asian food to begin with. We just did the whole episode last week on Chinese and other Asian food, and like I said, I wanted to spotlight you guys in this particular episode. I mean, obviously, we could have put you into. We did an episode on Mexican and that type of food in Southwestern, where we talked about Santa Fe. Even though this is a completely separate category, how have you guys applied the same principles that have made Santa Fe Cafe such a popular destination for locals and tourists alike? And how have you applied that to this new concept to bring in, like I said, not just the locals, but the people that happen to be visiting here when they're on vacation?
Sure. Well, like you said, well, the first thing that you're exactly correct. And what I wanted to say is, from Santa Fe, we've always known people eat with their eyes first. So everything that's on the plate has to be appealing. Everything that your surroundings have to be great. There's a lot of great cooks that can cook at home. You have to give them a reason to go out and then experience something that's new, different, and comfortable, and just kind of takes you to a different place other than right when you walk in those doors in Santa Fe, you're transformed into like you're in an adobe walled, just kind of nice cozy atmosphere. Out here at Kung Fu, we wanted to do the same thing. We wanted to do, it's kind of a little bit of the opposite. We wanted to kind of go big and bold and just kind of just have this nice, very cozy, bright, warm, comfortable area for you to sit in. Then when the dishes come out, you can see that we put a lot of time and effort into how they look, but not only how they taste, but a lot of how they look as well, because we do feel that's very important. And it serves two purposes. We love when people take a picture of our food because that means they're going to send it to somebody. Painted Desert Soup is the best advertising we do at Santa Fe because everyone takes a picture and posts it. So it saves us
Whoa.
a lot of
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Same thing with Kung Fu. There's a lot of dishes there that a lot of people take pictures of and they share them, and that's how we want to grow. Honestly, we want other people to say how good it is, and then them tell their friends. And we focus on locals. I mean, we've done it from Santa Fe from day one. Locals tell people where to go. So when visitors come, they'll find the places to go. If you have made all this local, I mean, I grew up here. That's what we focus on, and I always tell people the summer's the summer. It's always going to be the summer. But the off season's where you make or break it. And that's really focusing on what everybody that lives here wants to see and what they want to be feel comfortable coming once or twice a week too. And that's where we kind of put all our eggs in that basket.
I we're gonna talk more in Nick's list in terms of specific dishes, but I just wanted to shout out the burrito buns, the burrito bao buns.
The bao buns.
Those, oh my goodness, those were amazing. I loved just the idea of Mexican street corn in a cup, so I tried that, and the edamame was amazing. The poblano soup was. I mean, it's just yeah. Uh, I Nick is, infamous now for, like, literally trying the entire menu and or
He knows. He knows.
I have not gotten fully around the menu yet, but I wanted to shout out those, and thank you very much for those.
Absolutely. Well, we just made it harder for Nick and you because we just expanded the menu as well. So
Now I got to come back.
we just went to a different menu. A lot of feedback we've received is a lot of people have hesitation just to come and try us because there's not something kind of familiar. They just don't quite get it a little bit. So what we've done is we've taken our Latin side and just made it strictly Latin, just coming from our Santa Fe background. We've got an Asian side that Jasper, who is our sushi chef, that he brought to us, and then we've got our tequila and our tequila made fusion that's in the middle. So that's all our ideas that we came on the campground are in the fusion idea that Jasper and Justin, our two head chefs back there, have done a phenomenal job with. But so now there's something if you don't want to kind of go too crazy, you can go and just try your quesadillas, your tacos. We have fish tacos now that are similar to Santa Fe. We've kind of brought, and you mentioned the poblano soup. I do have to mention we are changing the poblano soup a little bit in the next menu change. It's going to be we've now started to kind of throw stuff back and forth with Santa Fe and Kung Fu. So Santa Fe was like, "Wow, you have good birria." So we're like, "Hey, we'll give you the birria if you give us the corn soup." So we're now starting to trade stuff back and forth where you can find a little bit of Kung Fu at Santa Fe and a little bit of Santa Fe at Kung Fu. And it seems to be people seem to be really receptive to it as well. And we're going to start to slowly do that more and more.
Very cool.
Um, yeah. Do you think that are you going to? Is it going to be the same sort of like appearance, or are you going to have a different design as far as when you creating that one for Kung Fu?
No, we'll have a different design.
Okay.
That's kind of there are certain things at Santa Fe that are strictly Santa Fe and certain things strictly Kung Fu. So we'll keep those a little separate, but you're going to see a lot of similar flavor profiles, if you will.
Okay, cool. So I wanted to just call back real quick to something that I love that you said. Tim and I talk a lot about the community, right? Especially out here in Bluffton. We love the fact that Hilton Head's a tourist destination. That's what supports our economy more than anything else. But I love the
Absolutely.
focus on we want to be a place where people are going to go year round. And that's part
Yeah.
of my mission with Indulgent Islander. That's part of our mission, Tim and I, with the podcast, is year-round support. We want to see the restaurants not just surviving through the lean months, but thriving from the beginning of the year to the end. That's the perfect bridge, and you mentioned him by name, which is perfect, the perfect segue to talk about, you mentioned Jasper, right?
Yes.
So part of this getting people to be coming in throughout the year, what you guys have done, and I love it when local restaurants do this. We've talked about a number of them on the podcast over this whole first season. I love when restaurant owners create ideas and are creative with ways of getting people in the door. So I want to come back to menu and specials and things like that in a moment. But before that, I shared several weeks ago when I was fortunate enough to receive an invitation from you guys to come where we were going to be trying out this new sushi class. And I had a blast. My wife had a blast. My buddy Chris Gomez from Coast, broker by EXP Realty, him and his wife were there as well. And the four of us and the other two couples, we had an absolute blast. Jasper showed us how to make a hand roll, a maki roll, and the what is it, the fudamaki, I guess, with the seaweed on
Yep.
the outside, right? And we got to enjoy those three rolls. We got to enjoy cocktails, which that's a separate from that package. Tell us about how you guys came up with this idea for the sushi class, and how has that been going since you're doing it the first Saturday of every month, and I think are we
Right.
a month or so or month or two into it at this point?
So yeah, we just had another one this past
Okay,
Saturday. It was our largest class actually. I had to cap it at 15. We had still people trying to get in, and we had so many this last one. I actually made an extra class the Wednesday before that where we had 11 people because I just had so
that's
many people that
awesome.
wanted to do it. And I asked
Wow.
Jasper if he could do it, and he was just like, "Yeah, bring it." He's very personable. He loves being in front of people. He loves what he does, so it's very easy for him to kind of do it. So we were rolling really strong with it. I think we're going to actually make it more than once a month at this point because there's just been so much demand for it, and then people have had a lot of fun with it. Like this last one we did, we had a family of five there. They had three kids and the parents, and then we had three lovely ladies that came to us. They just kind of heard about it and called me halfway through the week and was like, "We'd love to do it." I'm like, "All right, we'll figure it out." And Jasper sets up. You're right in front of him. We give you all your mats, everything you need to do. And then the nice thing about it is once you leave with a care package that's got your sushi mats. It's got your ingredients and your instructions on how to make sushi rice. It's got your ingredients to actually make the sushi rice. So you leave there with hopefully knowing that how you can do this at home, which has been a lot of fun for everybody. But everybody has a blast. We have a bartender there, and then we do it. Right now, we do it 1 to 3 o'clock, and everybody has a fun lunch and just kind of has a blast with it. But it's been great.
Very cool.
Jasper was awesome. Jasper was great. I love the little care package. I love that. Just one of the things that I love is the little sort of like mascot character. Like you have the soy sauce, little
Yeah,
ceramic things on the table with the cat and with the spout coming out of the top of the little figurine. All little stuff
yeah.
like that. Like the little touches to be able to walk away with the care package like that with the branded items in addition to the stuff that'll get you going. I thought that was a great idea. Tell us also, you had mentioned there was some changes in the menu, but what you guys are really pushing right now, and what I've been attracted to, and a lot of people have, is these lunch specials that you're doing.
Oh, sure. So we every day we do a lunch box special. It's a bento box. It's $15, and you get your choice of there's 5 different items on it. You get soup, salad, your choice of salsa with wontons and salsa, and it's just a nice little. If you want to just try a little bit of everything, you can kind of pick and choose. You get your soups, you get your salad, you get your entrees, and it's all done very quickly because I know a lot of people are on their lunch breaks, so we're just kind of focusing on the business lunches and everything like that, just so people can kind of come have a nice lunch and then go off to back to work or wherever they're going. But it's been very good for us, and I just wanted to put that out there. We've done it for about a month or two now, and it seems to be really well received.
That's
But it's
great.
got everything from your burrito quesadilla that you liked. It's got your karaga, which is Japanese fried chicken. You can do a half a sushi roll with it. You can do what else do we have? Oh, the Mexican street corn fried rice. So with your protein and everything like that, and then your salad dressings, your miso soup, your poblano soup, which is about to change to the corn soup. But yeah, it's a lot of different options you can have, so you get a little bit of everything.
That
That's
karagi's on my radar. That chicken
It is.
karagi. We were there for the sushi class, and the kitchen doesn't open till 3 o'clock. So, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm looking over at because they got the couple of highlights next to there on the board, and you know me, Tim. I get sucked in. I'm like, I gotta get back there for lunch soon so that I can enjoy. I want to have a couple more of the rolls too. I, for one, that the Mexicali roll with whereas you would traditionally get like a sprinkle of like a tempura, it's got that sort of crushed up like corn chip
Yep.
topping on it. It's really, really nice. Yeah, the lunch special I think is great, and these, like I said, these concepts to keep people coming in throughout the week, between the sushi class and the lunch specials. I think these are great ideas, and
Yep.
we're excited to see what you guys can continue to come up with down the line. As we go further into spring, and of course our busiest time of the year with the tourist season.
Tell us a little bit about
Absolutely.
the
We're
collaborations that you got coming up. You're collaborating with folks right there in the
Oh, sure.
plaza.
Yeah, so we've got two companies right inside of Moss Creek. We figured if we can bring attention to what's going on in there, it helps everybody, you know. So we've aligned with the Bluffton Youth Theater, which is it's the old Gold's Gym that's right on 278 right there. But we're doing dinner and a show with them. Every show that they do, we offer a special menu for them, and then everything that they bring in for us, we donate 10% of whatever the sales are back to the theater company, so it helps them out as well. And then we also partnered
That's
with Align Pilates. And then we're doing classes with them. They're going to actually do the classes inside the restaurant, and they're going to have lunch afterwards. So we're going to move all the furniture around, just kind of a different atmosphere for them. And it's a bigger space, so they can have a couple more people too. So we're going to do our first one this weekend with that. So I'm looking forward to see how that goes.
that's Saturday?
That's this Saturday. Yep.
Very cool. Very and now can
Yeah.
people still sign up for that?
I believe so. I don't know if they've capped it yet. I think they're at. I'd have to talk to them. It goes through their website, so they are doing all the bookings for it with Align. So if they
Okay.
wanted to kind of see if they can get on with that, it'd be the Align Studios Pilates, and then see what they can do with that. And I can talk to them if they're scared of the number. We can we can accommodate a lot of people over there, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and their website is alignpilateshhi.com. So you can check out the class there. That's very cool. And listen, I have been a huge promoter and trying to do fundraising for Bluffton Youth Theater. They're trying to finish the space,
Yes, it's a
the
big space,
construction on the space. It's a beautiful space, but they've still
gorgeous.
got they hit some construction snags and they still got some work to do. So I mean, I saw that Serge had done some stuff with you, that you guys doing that's just amazing. That's outstanding. And
They're
boy,
doing great work over there. So anything we can do to help them out, we're all for. It's just yeah, I love the fact. Like I don't not many people know, but I'm actually a music major. I played the piano going through high school and college and everything. So I've since lost that skill, but I do understand how much it takes to kind of keep these programs going. And anything that we can do to help them out is we're all for.
and for those who don't know the mission with Bluffton Youth Theater, they basically are combining quote unquote normal kids with diverse kids with special needs kids, making it one big normal in that space. And Cynthia is tireless, visionary in what she's doing. So it's great to see two visionaries uh, connecting for the community. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Anything else that we missed that you wanted to get out there,
Oh, you
Marshall?
know what? Yeah, one thing, the happy hour. We do happy hour daily from 5 to 6. And with that happy hour, we have a $5 munchie kind of menu. We also offer $2 beers, $5 wells, $5 red and white wines. So it's a very good happy hour we do over there, and it's done throughout the restaurant. So we're not leaving it just to the bar, even though the bar is, I think, a more fun place to be for happy hour. But anybody that wants to partake in that, if the bar fills up, we will accommodate them wherever they land, basically. But that's been one of our newest additions. We started a couple weeks ago that we're trying to get the word out for.
Very
You guys
cool.
have some really creative cocktails too. Very again going
Yes,
back to where we started, very colorful, vibrant, you know, fusion type of cocktails too. The bartenders are very creative, and what's coming out from behind the bar is just as visually pleasing as what's coming out of the kitchen, and equally delicious.
Drinks get the short shaft because so many of these restaurants, this being a perfect example, the food is so visually and just and taste wise so brilliant that you almost kind of like, oh, and there's drinks too. But the attention that you guys put into the drinks is on equal level in terms of the creativity and the attention to detail, and it's really
No, it's
impressive.
we had just obviously we had a lot of fun making the cocktails as well. But Harvey and Joseph have done a phenomenal job down back there, and they're always creating. So we're always kind of tweaking and kind of having, testing and putting new stuff out there. Because we just like the chefs and the bartenders, you got to keep you. I like to keep them creating because that makes them happier. That's what they want to do. So we want to showcase anything they want to put out there. So we'll always have our menu kind of rotating, changing to new things, but hopefully don't lose any of the other stuff we have. But we'll just continue to add, and that's what we've done at Santa Fe as well.
You see it on the screen. Kung Fu, actually, not on that screen, but we'll put it back up. kungfucantina.com, on Instagram at kung underscore fu underscore cantina. Um,
You do this one too.
it's
Oh, there you go.
1533 Fording Island Road in the Moss Creek Village Plaza. Marshall, I'm always curious. Um, where do you go when you want a different taste? When you want to like cleanse your palate and get some creative inspiration? Where do you go? Where do you and the family go to eat?
Where do we go to eat? I would. So it's going to be a very boring answer, uh, but I go home because I don't go. I'm never home. So it's one of
Yeah,
those where I'm home maybe one night a week, sometimes two, to where if I can get the family all together and we'll just kind of have fun. And like last night we cooked steaks, or Sunday we cooked steaks because we were all home. But I mean, we're normal like everybody else. When we go to, I mean, I go to Fiesta Fresh. We just went there on Saturday. Like it's and people are like, you have a Mexican. I was like, yes, I have a Mexican restaurant, but like it's still good. It's got different
yeah.
stuff. We love it.
Everybody expects you
Aquamia we
all to
love.
be like at loggerheads,
Yeah, no,
screw them. It's not how it works.
it's not how it works at all. If you want to survive here, I mean, I'm friends with pretty much all the other business owners around here, and that's just the way this community is and should be. It's I grew up here, so I've gotten the pleasure to know a lot of the people for many years now. I mean, you're talking John and Kim Boyce with Mellow Mushroom. You're talking, there's just tons of people we have a good time with, and we all go around and they all have a good time with each other. So it's just that's part of the fun, actually.
The home answer is not boring at all. I mean, honestly, that's the answer for most restaurateurs because, like you said, you don't get to be home.
Right.
Home is the oasis, and so and the comfort spot. So it's yeah, I we get it. Trust me.
But there's a
You got a
lot
nice
there
thing
are, I mean,
going
like I
over
said,
there.
there's a lot of great places out there. Loving Tin and Tallow that opened up, that they're doing a great job over there. Love that burger. If I'm on the island, there's always my groovy spot. Love groovy. So there's your old tried and trues that I just kind of Sunrise Cafe, get the same thing there. I've gotten every breakfast there for the last 20 years, I think. So yeah, there's just, you know, they have the good local feel to them, and that's where I kind of gravitate to.
We love the new places, but like love that you brought up a bunch of uh classics and places that have withstood the test of time. You know, other
Yeah,
places have opened, they kind of get the woo woo um woo woo bang out of the gate, but you come back to Groovies, you come back to Sunrise, and it's like they get it.
right.
They do it right every time. And I'm sure that gives you inspiration in terms of what you aspire to with what you're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, there's awesome new places that have opened up that I haven't been to yet, or that I have been to that I didn't mention, but there's so many great opportunities out there, and I just encourage everyone to just go out and enjoy. That's really all we can ask for as business owners in this restaurant industry here is I'd love for you to go try them and us. You know, there's a lot to go around, and there's a lot out there that's different than us, and it's just a good time to be had.
Yeah, we definitely want folks to come try you guys. That's and appreciate you coming on this sushi episode on short notice too. So we really appreciate you making some
Oh
time.
yeah,
Yes, thank you.
absolutely.
You guys got a nice little thing going on down there at Moss Creek now between your side of the street and the other side. You know, we got a pretty strong group of restaurants with you guys and Olive and Fig, and then you got Hogshead, right? And then
Yep.
across the street with Kenny B's and
Oh yeah.
Oddbirds and what's that?
Oh, I love me some odd birds. Yeah, their Roadrunner
Yeah.
sandwiches are amazing over there. Yeah, but no, it's I like everything that's going on in there. We're making our own little kind of restaurant community that just hasn't, hopefully we can kind of all partner together and just bring more people over the bridge and out of Bluffton. That's our biggest hurdles is the bridge and getting people out of Bluffton because it is a different spot, than
Do
most
you
people are used to
prefer
going
Hill
to.
Bluff or Bluff Head? Like, what do you prefer to be called right in that little spot?
I never put much thought of it.
Yeah.
Hill Bluff, I don't know. Bluffhead,
I know
we
that,
got to come up with a good
everybody
name
thinks
for
it's
it.
Bluffton, and then, the mailman thinks it's Hilton Head, so it's
Oh, I
like,
know. Yeah.
yeah. Whatever it is, it's dang good stuff, man. We really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate it.
congratulations on the success with all your ventures, but specifically with Kung Fu Cantina out of the gate, and we can't wait to see what's next.
No, yeah. Thank you very much. We're enjoying the ride so far.
I'm going to be back soon for lunch. I'm going to probably, as Tim mentioned and as Marshall knows, I'll probably have a couple from the one side, a couple from the middle, a couple from the right side. I'm definitely coming for that karagi. I want to try a couple more rolls. So I'll be seeing you in the next couple of
And then
weeks, Marshall.
take 2 bags home
There you
because
go.
Exactly.
Josh
So
loves
then I got
that.
another couple meals backed up. That's how we do it over here. That's how we do it. He knows.
And I want to thank you guys just for shedding light and bring light to a lot of new restaurants and just the restaurant the atmosphere that we have down here. I just want to thank you guys for everything that you're doing. I appreciate it.
Hey, we appreciate you, and you guys are what makes us want to do this, because the creativity, whether we're shedding light to the tourists that are kind of looking to see what to get at when they come here, or especially the locals who want to think outside the box but kind of get stuck into their own little routines, as we all tend to do. But
All right.
like
I'm guilty
the
of it too. I'm like, oh yeah, why didn't I go? Why couldn't I think of that place? When I like the next day, I'm like, dang it, I should have gone over there. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
we're all
And
there. Yeah,
but the creative folks like yourself are pushing the envelope and really raising the bar of what the low country um foodie scene's all about. So
thank you.
And we appreciate when I say we, just the general public of people that are going to come in and patronize your restaurant. We appreciate it when we are treated a certain way. And I'm appreciative of the fact that, like, since day one, when I walked in the restaurant, between you and Rachel and your staff, it's not just, thanks for coming. Like, you guys have been engaging. You're available to explain if there's anything that someone doesn't particularly understand. You give us a heads up about, you might want to take a look at this or you might want to take a look at that. It's that welcoming. It's I mean, a lot of times it's lost that it is a hospitality business. And just to bring it
Absolutely.
full circle to, you talk about the community. That's how you really ingratiate yourself to the community, because we can tell every time that we come there. My wife says every time, like, we feel like we're special when we come to your restaurant. And the food was going to keep us coming back already as it is. But that really takes it to another level when you talk about that bright, fun atmosphere and you talk about the way that you're welcomed in, and the way that you're appreciated, you appreciate your customers. And I want to thank you for that.
No, I appreciate that, and I tell my servers that the same thing. You can have good food is good food. You can have a good time with good food, but you can have a memorable time if the servers are doing what they're doing. That's what we want to do, is have everybody that comes in the door, Santa Fe and Kung Fu, to have a memorable time. And that's what kind of we strive for, because that's focusing on when you walk in the door, how you're being treated with the servers and the food. So it's just kind of a whole thing.
I can't let you go either without just thanking you and Rachel for your past, for your past ongoing support. DJ's Day of Giving's very, very near and dear to my heart, and the Live Like DJ Scholarship Fund, and you guys have been amazingly supportive since pretty much day one on that. So huge thank you to you guys for that.
Absolutely. Again, it's all about community. So yeah.
Good deal. Marshall Sampson, Kung Fu Cantina. Get out and try it. Huge thank you for joining us here on the Indulgent Islander.
Thank you very much. Good to see you guys.
See you soon, man.
All righty.